Hey guys, Sonic7 back again, and I know I said I would stop doing the MLB videos unless you guys commented that you wanted to. I was just fast forwarding to the next season, and I saw this hilarious thing that I thought I had to share. Is that every time when players retire, they tell you who from that class will be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So when David Ortiz retired, they said David Ortiz would be in it. Now, Arod officially retired at the end of 2017, and they said that he would make the Hall of Fame. And I love this so much because they're doing it just off of statistics. So it brings up that hilarious point that everyone will talk about, is that statistically, Arod should 100% make the Hall of Fame. 600 something, like over 660 home runs now. It's like one of the top 5 all time. Like, of course he should be making it. So should Barry Bonds, so should Roger Clemens. But there's been this hilarious thing of, the steroid era that I'm always wondering whether it'll keep people in and out, like, if it will keep them out, like, forever or, just for a long amount of time. I just think it's hilarious just to see that the game actually made A-Rod go to the Hall of Fame, and I just wanted to get your guys' opinions, and please comment below. What are your guys' opinions on the whole steroid era of baseball? Because here's my take, and then please tell me what your thing is. That I understand that it is cheating, it broke the rules, it should never have happened. But it's an entire era of baseball that I feel like you can't just forget. You can't say it didn't happen, and you can't try to just erase it from your record books. I think if you go from Hall of Fame inductees from the 1990s and you skip to, like, the 2010s for the most part, obviously you're gonna have a few, like, people in between, but your biggest players, like the ones that, like, became household names, the ones that got people into baseball, won't be there. And I understand that it's supposed to be this hallowed thing, but the reality is it's still not. You have racists, bigots, sexists, you have people who, were drug addicts, like people who used to take amphetamines, and I get, like, different times, different things were allowed, but a lot of things have happened in the past I think people got into Hall of Fame for, and I just don't like how steroids are trying to be made into this huge example of, because frankly, I understand, but it's an era of baseball and everyone was doing it, so in a way it almost levels out the playing field. And I get the argument that if someone doesn't, it's better, and it's better for the game that they didn't, but at the same time, I think that you can't discredit Roger Clemens winning 7 Cy Youngs or Barry Bonds winning 7 MVPs, because Bonds was hitting home runs off guys hitting 103 miles an hour, and Clemens was striking out guys like Bonds and McGuire who were hitting 70 home runs a season. It's not like they're having these normal things anymore. And look, the most home runs someone's hit this year is Giancarlo Stanton, or Mike Trout now with like 28. And that's nowhere close to where like Bonds or McGuire would be at this point in the season. They'd be like at 40 right now. So if you want to say that it's a cleaner era of baseball, you're right. But if you want to say that it's an equal playing field, I would argue it was equal on both sides. And the idea that pitchers were juicing to throw faster while hitters were juicing to hit harder. It's an era that doesn't look as pretty, but I think it should still be in the Hall of Fame because it's still a part of the history. If you want, put your asterisk. If you want to, or if you want to say took steroids, say that. Don't act like they did nothing wrong if you're going to put them there. That obviously defeats the whole purpose, but they're still a part of baseball history. If you're going to tell me that the pitcher with the most Cy Youngs ever isn't there, or the batter with the most home runs ever, and the most MVPs in league history isn't there, I have a huge problem with that, because regardless of the idea, if their records are still standing, then they should be in the Hall of Fame. And I feel like it equates. If they take away the records and say they didn't count, then I'm fine with them not being in the Hall of Fame, because they didn't actually accomplish those records. But as long as you let those records stand, as long as it says that Roger Clemens won 7 Cy Youngs and Bonds won 7 MVPs, I'm always going to say that they should be in the Hall of Fame, because those records are left, and those records are a part of history, so you should honor the people who made history. That's the whole point of the Hall of Fame. That's just my opinion, obviously, and A-Rod was just a funny spark in my head that brought it. But again, please let me know in the comments what you guys think about the whole Hall of Fame situation. Should it be this hallowed ground, or should it be this real commemoration of the history of baseball? I'm not going to say one opinion is right or wrong. I have my own opinion, but it doesn't mean that if you have a different one, I'm going to think it's wrong. So please share it with me. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, guys.